In today's episode, we're going to be guiding you through how to replace or repair your flexible duct system.
Yes, this is going to be a fun project, and we'll celebrate our success with some beers and music.
Absolutely.
We'll also address how to improve airflow in any room that's experiencing issues.
Filming an actual duct system replacement could be very difficult and can be very confusing for you guys.
Absolutely. There's not much to see up there in the attic.
This is why we created a scaled-down model of a typical 3-bedroom, 2-bath home right here. It features realistic duct sizes, cans, realistic grills, realistic mixing boxes, a realistic plenum, and the rafters are spaced apart according to local building codes.
This makes it much easier for everyone to visualize the process. The only difference between this scaled-down model and a real house is the length of the ducts.
Yes, that's the only difference.
So here we have the master bedroom with a realistic can and realistic duct size. This is a master bedroom, again with the real size flexible duct and the real size can. So here we have bedroom 2 with the real size duct, real size can,
and a real size grill.
Here we have bedroom number 1 with the real size duct. So this one called in the plans to upsize the duct. So we changed this from an 8x4 to a 10x6 and had a 4-inch duct, and now we moved it to a 6-inch duct as the plan called for. Now going inside the main house, we have the kitchen area noted in the black. Then we have a dining room area and a living room area. Back there where the louver door is, behind the louver door is our imaginary air handler. And then up top, we have a full-size plenum. Now your air handler or your furnace can be located anywhere. It can be in the attic, in the horizontal position. It doesn't really matter. We're not focusing on the plenum, only on the flexible ductwork changeout. If you guys want to learn how to build a plenum box, check out our video. There's a link in the description below. There's some pretty cool kits available out there. Duct systems are a lot more simpler than people would think. So this is the plenum that attaches directly to the air handler or furnace where the air comes out. Comes out through the ceiling into the attic. From there, it branches off into 2 trunk lines that go into 2 mixing boxes. From there, the mixing boxes distribute the air into each room. From this mixing box, it branches off into each room. Same thing on this side, and that's how simple duct systems are.
We simulated a damaged duct system here, and this is what we're going to replace today.
Replacing the flexible duct system in a typical 3-bedroom house, connecting to the existing cans and grills, can cost you anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000. Now, if you want double slot diffusers like these, it's gonna add to the cost.
Or if you want linear slots like those, or this long one that runs from the ceiling all the way down to the bottom, the price will significantly increase. And those can be installed on the ceiling, wall, or floor. Doesn't really matter.
At the moment, those are more of a luxury upgrade.
Yes, while they can be challenging to install, they offer excellent efficiency and comfort. Changing your duct system can be quite rewarding.
And we made it easier for you guys with this video. So when it comes to material cost, it's actually not that much at all. For a typical 3-bedroom, 1,700 square foot house, you're looking at about $1,350. Now a larger house with bigger capacity HVAC equipment will cost you more.
Plus the beer.
Plus the beer, can't forget the beer.
Now when it comes to labor cost, it's somewhat similar to rear main seal on cars. The seal itself only costs $9, but the labor cost of it can range from $1,000 to $2,000. If you replace your duct system, the first step you need to do is obtain a duct design. The design is crucial. Don't try to calculate airflow on your own.
Don't do it. Stay away from that.
Yeah, don't do it. Absolutely not. Bad idea.
Reach out to a thermal load or heat load calculation company to get a professional duct design for your flexible ducts. This is referred to as Manual J and Manual D. It will typically cost you about $250 to $350 for a professional load calculation. So if you're repairing your existing duct system, say due to rodent damage, you can simply measure the inner diameter of your ducts and create a material list. You won't need a duct design for that one.
So Chris, you have an IQ above 5 when it comes to designing duct system. What did you come up with?
The load calculation company will determine the duct system sizes based on your specific system.
The load calculation will decide how much air you need to bring into each room. Let's get started with the work. For today's recording, we called Madeline to help us out.
Before we get started, here are some tips. Wear a mask when you're in the attic. Stay hydrated and drink plenty of water with electrolytes. Avoid trying to finish this job in one day. If you're doing this job during the summer or winter months when the HVAC system is in use, connect 2 ducts in the morning and turn the system back on. Keep doing this until you're done. The ideal times to work on this are the spring or the fall when the weather is less extreme. All right, you'll only need a few essential tools to modify your duct system. Here's what you're gonna want on your list. A cable tie gun for HVAC ductwork, a duct knife, but a fillet knife works just as well, a wire cutter, a staple gun with staples, but if you don't have that, you can also use short drywall screws with a screw gun, gloves, a headlamp, a squeegee, a brush in case you need to seal in joints, and it's also beneficial to have a piece of plywood for added comfort when working in the attic. First thing you're gonna wanna do is cut the nylon tie right here. Then you're gonna wanna pull this outer liner out. You're gonna wanna cut this nylon tie as well. And then you're gonna wanna remove the tape around the inner liner. Remove the duct, and you're gonna want all the collars to be nice and clean like this. Now that we've removed the first duct, go ahead and remove the ducts from the rest of the cans. Next, you're gonna wanna detach the ducts from the plenum and mixing boxes. So now that we're done removing all the ducts, we're gonna get started making the new mixing boxes. Chris, you wanna do it or do you want me to do it?
I'll take care of it.
All right.
So now we're gonna be installing the collars onto the tri-box. If you have a mixing box or a plenum, the procedure is exactly the same. So for this, we're gonna need the box, the collars, your knife, squeegee, tape, and a marker. So first we're gonna start off, we're gonna line up collar directly in the middle for this one, because this is your trunk line. And I'm gonna take a black marker and I'm gonna draw it around just like that. Next, we're gonna take our knife and cut out the hole that we just traced. It goes really, really easy. Next, we're gonna put the collar into there with the tabs facing inward. It should be a nice tight fit. Reach your hand in, grab the tabs, and bend them down to the duct board. That will help hold the collar in place. Next, we're gonna take our tape, little about 3 to 4 inch pieces, and go all the way around. Now you can pre-make a bunch of tabs like this if you want, and it may speed things up. Now you wanna overlap like that to seal everything in. Now once you get to the bottom, so then you want to squeegee it down. I just push it down with my hand and now I'm going to squeegee it down. Now I can flip it over and work from the top again. Now we have the trunk line collar in place. Now we're doing the side. When you put your collars in, you want to put them staggered. Do not put them like this. So we're gonna start with the first one. Now you want a little bit of gap between them so that you have room to connect everything. That should be good. So now, I'm just gonna mark this one. Now we leave enough space. Pull those to the side. Once again, put your collar in with the tabs facing in. Should be a nice tight fit. Reach your hand in there and push every tab down, securing it to the box. Nice and secure. So now we have the 2 distribution collars in. So now we have our last collar to put in. Pop this right out. So now we have finished our mixing box. So this is your 10-inch. Shows right there on the plan. That comes from the plenum to the box. Next we have one 6-inch here. You can see 6-inch. Comes from the box to the kitchen. And then on this side, we have the 2 6-inches. And then you can see here, comes off of the box to room 1 and off of this box to room 3. So the next mixing box will be done the same way. The difference is it's gonna have a 12-inch collar here. As you can see on the plan, there's a 12-inch that goes from the plenum to the mixing box. And then you're gonna have a 6 and a 7 over here. So the 6-inch goes to the master bath and then the 7 to the master bedroom. And then on the opposite side here, you're gonna have 2 more on the opposite side. And that's going to be a 6-inch going to the living room and then another 6-inch going to the living room.
Our new duct drawing requires a larger duct in bedroom 3. So let's attach a 6-inch duct collar to a larger can.
So now we have to upsize the airflow in this room, room 3, from a 4-inch to a 6-inch. The new Manual D duct drawing calls for more airflow and they call for a 6. So now I'm gonna show you how to do that. You wanna put this directly in the middle, take your marker, trace it out, make your cut. Cuts really nice. Discard that. Take your new collar. Then you reach in there and you bend your tabs down. Now, we're gonna do just like we did the mixing boxes and tape all the way around. And there you have it.
We need to do this because our old can is too small for a 6-inch duct collar. This is pretty common when we're replacing a new flexible duct system. Now let's install a new can and grill into the bedroom.
So to upsize the can for this bedroom, what you need to do is first remove the grill. Then second, you need to cut the boot clips. Clips are cut. Now we can push them aside like this, and we can remove the can and completely remove the boot clip. Now, if you don't have boot clips, it makes things a lot easier. Now let's take the new can, place it on like this, reach in there with the marker and pull a nice straight line around the edge. And this is how it looks like. Now grab a drywall saw and cut the drywall out. Once it's cut, take the can and put it on, just like this. Now to secure the new can to the drywall without boot clips, we're gonna put some drywall screws in from the room. And now you can go ahead and install the grill. That's it. Same thing on the other side.
You might find that a single box of ductwork, which is 25 feet long, may not be long enough to get to one of your runs. We'll simulate a real-life scenario by adding an extension collar to connect the 2 ducts together.
Take your collar, lock it in, insert the collar into the inner liner. Take a piece of silver tape that's going to hold it in place, lock the bottom in, like that. So now the silver tape is on. We're going to take our cable tie and lock it in. Let's do the other side now. Put the extension collar into the inner liner. Now we're on roughly about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. We're going to lock the top in, just like this. I'm going to put one on the bottom, just to hold it in place. and go all around with silver tape. Lock the silver tape in with squeegee, just like this. Take the other cable tie and lock it in, nice and tight. Now, once the inner liner is connected to the collar, we need to pull the insulation with the outer liner on. Make sure that the insulation covers the duct extension. We're going to take the insulation from this side, put it under like this, and pull the insulation from the other duct over this, like that, so they overlap each other. And pull the outer liner over to the other side. Take silver tape and put it on carefully. And carefully lock it in with the squeegee, like this, all the way around. Now, whether you extend a 7-inch duct like this, or a 4-inch duct, or even a 22-inch duct, the procedure is the same.
Now that we've got our new mixing boxes, let's put them in place.
Now that we've removed the existing duct system, we're going to install the new one according to the duct drawing. So if you're just repairing one duct due to rodent damage or it's just old, you can take the old duct, line it up with the new one, and cut it to size, and then install it.
So before you install your new duct system, you're gonna wanna make sure that you stretch the ducts out. First, pull the inner liner out and fold the outer liner beneath the insulation like this. Second, attach the inner liner to the collar, securing it in place with a bit of tape on both the top and the bottom. And then you're gonna wanna lock it in with the squeegee. Take your tie and fasten it like this. Go ahead and pull the insulation all the way down, and then finally secure it with tape all around. And lock it in with the squeegee again.
This is a super tight connection that's never gonna come loose.
So now that we've installed the new duct, the procedure is exactly the same whether you're connecting a 4-inch duct or a 24-inch duct. For larger collars like this, they may require the use of 2 cable ties.
Some local building codes will require you to seal it with duct sealant here. So I'm gonna demonstrate how we do that. You take your brush, take a big chunk there, and remember to lay it nice and thick. Almost like you're doing stucco. Because it will dry and it'll shrink up when it dries.
Now that the job is complete, you have saved at least $6,000. According to the legend, every time you accomplish something, it's a must and a commandment to celebrate. This helps train you to achieve even more in life. Let's crack some beer open to celebrate.